This lagoon is getting too small, no breathing room. In a Fellini-esque dream, Picasso lectures me over wedding bread. All my sins are up for discussion. It's getting hard to sleep with present company without feeling that others' eyes are pressed against the glass. Everyone knows each other's scent. It's always the unrecognized genius that gets arrested first, busted for obscenity and literary fornication. All this falls on blessed shoulders because the wrong questions were asked of the wrong people. Time later and blocks away, children are splashing in a freezing pool. They're looking for something different. Two are unsure. The other is a new giant. Carelessly they play. His orphan watches on, sipping rum, moaning to himself. I wish I had parents. They could have taught me to swim. Maybe he's right. But if he wasn't so afraid of his own shadow, his own past, and prematurely ejaculating, he would have someone else teach him. On a Sunday of self-loathing, I found myself in the company of a man who unconsciously attached Lord to his name. He told me that there was nothing to fear because all the losers in the bar were local, and most of them had no interest in my secrets. I asked him, "Are you aware that my secrets run deeper than the filth behind your ears and the $3 in my pocket?" On the sly, he informed me, "You'd better not mention the $3. Your hair is too long for a man on a mission." I lay on a rug, somewhere in the Midwest, clutching a copy of the Weekly World News. All my fellow rebels feel circumstantial pain. Paranoia is on the up and up, and everyone in the room is waiting for Homer to open his eyes. He just wants to be left alone with his thoughts, his Playboy, his cup of tea. The sign on the door reads, "To live, look left." Half the people abide, the others find another cause. Some demand their money back, others still just sit cross-legged and wait. The glamours carry guns and tragic street preachers weep because their universe is coming apart at the seams. There's a docudrama on about professors and all their unpublished books. The tension in the air is enough to carry us into a more interesting state of mind. And when the lonesome-looking gunslinger, whose shirt says Hank on the breast pocket, opens the bar door, the whoosh of air that strikes my face reminds me of the stale air that fills my nostrils every time I board a plane. The walls open, the doors tumble. The songs are falling on deaf ears like machine gun fire. Another village is to be burned in order to replenish the ghosts of mind. The moon has been restored to its original splendor, and conditioned as a story told in two parts. Was it a simple twist of fate or one too many cups of coffee that led Hank and I to this moment? This moment that makes history look petty in the eyes of ordinary people. There are too many names in your prayer cycle. You must discriminate, Hank informs me. And is it your impending immunization that impedes the imps from being imperceptive, I ask? No, he says. There was a time when I thought I had a shot at being the next Robert Johnson, but neither the devil nor her wanted anything to do with me. And really, who gives a shit about all the whys and the hows of how I reached this point? Sometimes there are questions that need to be asked, and other times it's just best to forget. Everyone passes slowly, so I reach their hearts and plant my seed. It's the tame way to obtain immortality. Gallantly, my perception restores disorder, and no matter what you say, you'll never understand. Now is not the time to lie. My blues are walking upright as I sink into the white. My colors rise to the surface, leaving a lasting imprint, proof of my ability to shed lives like dead skin. Each September grows paler than the last, and soon everything will be transparent. All I want is love that sings me to sleep. The tension mounts, and old blue boy has jumped to sweet paradise. I can feel my wings sprouting. He was heard to shout on the way down. For all I know, this is a true story. For all I know, Blue didn't die. He was an American, you know. From a greater height, we all shall fall, burn, and rise again. Black replacing blue. Nobody cares about such unless it involves them, where truth is on display. Truth is the most misunderstood art form next to the wet dream. The wheel will always be in spin, I shouted mockingly at astronaut preacher, whose voice cuts like knives. And it was here that I realized that tears will one day replace my grin. And let's face facts, today's messiahs will come multicolored. The wall between Savior and those seeking salvation is thin, but impenetrable to those without faith. Once faith is gone, it's gone, said Charlie Art to Nickel over a cup of tea. Just then Lewis Carroll shouted from the bushes, "Desecrate your minds, not holy litanies, with your slanderous filth." There's some that say he's still there because he had never had the strength to walk away from that moment in time. Last night I heard my name in a song for the last time. This was also the last time I expressed interest in the good old days. And it was the here and now that crimes of passion littered the streets like a ticker tape parade. So I traded my mind because I knew there would be a better day, not as many stones in my pathway. And day and night I reinterpret my mistakes in an attempt to find justification. Oblivion is a welcome paradise to what my mind is convinced I've seen. The old man on his tricycle across the room is as limp and useless as a wet cigarette. It is to him that people write tender poems of confusion and alienation. Tragically, their minds do not oblige them to thank him for the sheer magnitude of his influence upon my life. He will be forgotten with the passing of time. 15 years ago, the glitter factory exploded, cutting the trials of Hercules and queerness. We were all then forced to yield to the confusion. God's decision-making process seemed frighteningly erratic, like a fantasy. But like a bridge, it connected the here and now, the soon-to-be. This is the big secret. I have composed 414 love sonnets off the cuff for women in the mood, a winter which will still proclaim their love in twilight days. Another morning has come and I realize I've got nothing to die for except death itself. And in the midst of all this sadness, I learned that I must let all things pass, that I am to become what I am. I heard a song the other day that sent me back a few degrees to a time when I walked around with gasoline in my back pocket. Knowledge was the only desired power, and life's corridors seemed to have a lot more doors. Nothing is as familiar as the unfamiliar forgotten. Dreams, my friend, are the one and only thing that won't let go. There's something mystical, prophetic, about a flag that leans to the right or left. It's not parallel to God. Does it mean then that it's not under God? Nothing is as real as the unreal not realized. The phone rings and I only answer in my head because I know what to say, how to feel. It's okay because there are numerous opportunities in life to be lonely. Who is this farmer you speak of who grows Dharma? And why does a hard rain fall on the most precious of souls? The waitress wouldn't answer me. She has been traumatized by a God that will never take his eyes off of her. In my ear, her used to whisper about sweet dreams lost with time, stolen from all the things you are. Some of her scent remains. My thoughts are thick with new love sacred, love profane. The sun has written himself a new anthem in order to relieve us of dead air. Instead of white noise, I let my private psychedelic reel play, and I filled the cup up with my love without spilling a drop. The cheap thrills over my shoulder only cause me pain, but I can no longer hide from the light unless I get drunk like I did last night. And on Tuesday I found out the kid unconventionally failed the test on his own life story. Details, 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 and he was heard to have muttered.